Hi, Dr. Nikki Knight here, family nurse practitioner here with William. And if Eastern and Western medicine had a baby, I'd be their love child. I just would. And today's topic is going to show you why. Okay, today we're talking about spirituality and healthcare. So we hear mind, body, spirit all the time, mind, body, soul, mind, body, spirit. And it's something in the holistic world that we can understand, and it's just an easy concept. Now, in the Western world, because remember, I live in both worlds here. In the Western world, not so much. In the Western world, we have body down really well. We have mind down pretty well. Spirit, we kind of don't even touch it. And I think part of the reason why we don't touch it in Western world is because we have no real way to explain it. It's not something that we can quantify, fit in a box, put in a statistic yet. And in Eastern medicine, which remember, Eastern medicine is 5,000 years plus old. Western medicine is 100 years old. So we've got a lot of years of understanding these concepts. So in Eastern medicine, they really understand how the spirit plays a role in our well-being. They didn't need science. They didn't need a statistic or, a research paper to let them know that this thing is real. So they have it down and they address it. But in the Western world, we just don't address it. And I heard this quote the other day, and it just really, it really stuck with me. So science is spirituality seen. And spirituality is unseen science. So, in my opinion, what we're seeing as science is actually quite spiritual. Now, mind, body, soul is a very known nursing concept. We learn that in school. What happens, though, is that we get into a medical world where medical students are not necessarily taught about the spirit. Well, we have to function as nurses in a medical world. So a lot of that is lost in our world. Well, there's moments of it when you have a moment with a patient when you can talk about how they're feeling or what's going on with their lives. But really, it's not an addressed thing in our healthcare. Now, why am I even caring about this? Because it is a critical part of health, and we need to start bringing it back in to our Western world and take note from our Eastern friends, because, and I'll talk about this in a later video, our spirituality has a direct relationship with our health. So when I go into a patient's exam room, imagine their surprise when I say, are there any spiritual rituals or that I need to know about, that I need to be aware about? And it's just kind of like, wait, what? Because you don't really get to hear that a lot in an exam room. And I want you to start thinking about your own spirituality. And I'm not necessarily just talking about God and religion, although it can include that. Spirituality can just be gratitude. It can just be noticing the small things and finding joy in those. But start thinking about your spirituality in your own life and how that may be affecting your health. And in the next video, we'll talk about how that's a direct relation to your health. So we'll see you next week.